नाहम्
न च श्रोत्रजिह्वे न च घ्राणनेत्रे न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः न च व्योमभूमिर्न तेजो न वायुः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः
न च प्राणसंज्ञो न वै पञ्चवायुः
न वा सप्तधातुर्न वा पञ्चकोशः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः न वा पाणिपादं न चोपस्थपायुः
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
रागौ न मे लोभमोहौ
न मे द्वेषरागौ न मे लोभमोहौ
मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्यभावः न धर्मो न चातो न कामो न मोक्षः न धर्मो न चातो न कामो
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं
न पुण्यं न पापं न सौख्यं न दुःखं
न मन्त्रो न तीर्थ न वेदा न यज्ञः अहं भोजनं नैव भोज्यं न भोक्ता अहं भोजनं नैव भोजं न भोक्ता
चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपा शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः
न मे मृत्यु न शङ्का न मे जातिभेदः
पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्मः न बन्धु न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः न बन्धु न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शिष्यः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहम्
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो
विभुत्वाच्च सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः सदा मे समत्वं न मुक्तिर्न बन्धः
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं 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 शिवोऽहं
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
शिवोऽहं
शिवोऽहं
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
Okay. Hi everyone. Welcome again to today's session. So I am Nina, and today I'll be co-hosting with my friend Karikeya.
Hi guys, how you going?
So I hope all of you have been enjoying the course so far, and you're all able to bring all the things that you've been learning from the series to your day-to-day life. So hopefully some of you have tried out the foot soaking technique again that was introduced on day 9. Once more, I really want to stress on the fact that it is a really great and effective technique and a tool to cool yourself down and to clear out any unwanted negativities that you may accumulate throughout the day. I always sleep better when I have a foot soak before sleeping. So hopefully some of you have tried that out again. And so yesterday we spoke about the Navi Chakra, which is in essence the center of satisfaction and peace. In yesterday's session, we also touched on the idea of detachment, which also links with today's session. The topic of today's session is sharing the love and understanding our fourth energy center, which is our Anahata Chakra. So I am in particular very excited for today's session. As personally, when I meditate, I really like to focus on my heart chakra, as the heart is where our spirit resides, or where our true self resides. And when this center is awakened, it basically connects us to an unlimited source of love for ourselves, but also for others. And through clearing this chakra, we gain an innate sense of security and joy, which is not dependent on our situation or our surroundings. It is a form of joy that is extremely pure and that really comes from within ourselves. And so the fact that you're not dependent on anyone or any situation, to me, is what I feel really connected to. And by really feeling in your spirit, we also develop a sense of detachment from things, which in a way gives us a sense of freedom, which I think is really important. And it's so common to get emotionally attached to people and certain situations, that focusing on your heart chakra, I think, is really important for your spiritual growth. And so our invited presenter today is Abhishek, who has been meditating for 20 years now, and he has led various Sahaja Yoga programs throughout the world, like in Singapore and India. And so he is very experienced. Hi, Abhishek. How are you doing?
Hi,
It's
Nina.
great to have you. It's great to have you with us today.
Thank you so much.
I'll pass it on to you.
Thanks, Nina. Thanks, Nina. I think that was wonderful, intro to open up the session. So hello, everyone. So without wasting any time, let's kind of jump in the session. We have a very important energy center to cover today. So okay, we'll begin today's session with a brief meditation. So just to settle ourselves and to calm ourselves, and then we'll touch or we'll cover the topic in detail. So,
Abhishek, sorry, just before we start, I just wanted to mention that your camera is upside down. Would it be possible to just flip it? Yeah.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, you're sideways.
Sorry, let me just try that.
No problem.
Is it better now?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So as mentioned, so we were talking about, just starting the session with a brief meditation. And and we can then just enjoy the topic. So for all those who have been attending our sessions in the past, so we'll start today's session by raising our mother energy and or raising our Kundalini energy and giving ourselves bandhan. And for all those who are new, we might teach you towards the end of the session. So don't hesitate, you can just meditate or just keep your hands open. So okay, we'll start that. For the second time, we'll take our mother energy and tie 2 knots. And then again, for the third time, we'll raise our mother energy and tie 3 knots. And then for each energy center, we'll just give ourselves a bandhan. So we do this 7 times with our complete attention. Okay. So let's bring our complete attention within us, within ourselves, as in inside us. And let's do namaskara, or let's bow down to our own energy in our heart. Now slowly we can just balance ourselves. So we keep our left hand open, the palm of the left hand, and the right hand towards the ground. We request your mother energy to take away all the imbalances from my left channel and bring me in center. Oh Mother, please take away all the imbalances, all the lethargy of my left channel, and please bring me in center. Now, once we have started feeling the vibrations on the palm, which is open, we can slowly balance our right channel. So we keep left hand towards the sky or towards ether, and right hand open towards the picture of the mother. Mother, please balance my right channel. I surrender all my activities of the right channel to you, Mother. We can slowly bring our hands, both the hands, at the heart level. And here we'll ask Mother, Mother, please bring me in center. Please prepare me for today's session, Mother. We can relax both the hands on the lap. And we can watch our attention if we still find our attention here and there, we can slowly just with our hand, we can raise our mother energy and put on the top of the head. So that also helps us to bring our attention back on our Sahasrara. And we'll meditate for a couple of minutes. We can slowly open our eyes. Now, I hope we feel much more settled and like, much better now after an entire day of your activities. So I think it's really good. So we start a session or we just meditate for a while. So the only point, like we always meditate towards the picture of Shmataji, like, both the hands towards it. But for the purpose of this session, like I'm facing towards the camera. So yeah, otherwise at home, we just keep both hands towards her because we are asking the mother energy to flow from her. She's the source of that. Okay, hello everyone. So moving on to today's session, it's a very important topic, sharing the love. Now, we all know when we talk about the love, it's the pure love of the God Almighty, which flows in both the hands or at the top of the head, like in the form of the cool breeze. So that's the love which we talk about. Now, in Sahaja Yoga, this love flows through us, or the pure love flows through us because we meditate and we are connected to all this pervading power. So that's why, and as you all know, that our spirit resides in our heart. So heart is the best, it's the channel to kind of flow that love from the God Almighty to to us, and then through us, to everyone. Now, this pure love, when we talk about, that's the essence of Sahaja Yoga. And it's very amazing how it works on. I'll just give you a very small example, which kind of always touches me so much. That out of this pure love and unconditional love, our mother energy, our Kundalini energy, she's bound just with this, relationship of pure love. That irrespective of whatever our past have been, whatever our karmas have been, whatever deeds we have done knowingly, unknowingly, but so beautifully when it rises, it doesn't give us any pain or even slightest of pain. It's so delicately, it pierces through all our energy centers and gives us that soothing feeling. So the only reason is because she's our mother, and again, it's the pure love. So pure love in Sahaj, it's unconditional. It's beyond any limits. It's just how much you open up, it's how more you get. It's like that. So how much strength and your connection is to all pervading power, that much love you receive. That's what it is all about. So now when we talk about this love, we know, it's a quality of our heart. And I think from our childhood, we have been taught, anything basic, if you do from your heart, for example, for anyone, for or you care for anyone, or you put into heart, so it reaches out like, other person's heart. He or she can feel that. And especially when it's a realized heart, or like, as I mentioned, after your realization, so that feeling is so strong, because now it's that love is converted into true or pure love of the God Almighty. Now, today in this session, we'll talk more about the heart chakra, or the cardiac plex in medical terminology, or it's also named as anhat. That's also one of the word to know it. Now, there are a lot of qualities of this chakra, and I think this is one of the most important chakra, because your spirit resides in your heart. And this chakra, it also has a seat at the top of your head. So basically, in simple words, I should say, more you meditate, or more you pray, or say any affirmations with your heart, it's directly connected, or it's connects you more with the all-pervading power. So that's about heart chakra. Like, we'll talk in detail in today's session. But before we go and we talk, I think it's practically, let's experience it more. So we'll meditate listening to Shimaji's, or with our founder Shimaji with her talk. So we'll meditate on the element. I think in the past, like for the previous three chakras, or three energy centers, you would have noticed that each energy center has its own element. Like, I think for Muladhara, it was Mother Earth. For Navi, it was water element. Similarly, for heart, we know, like, we breathe in. So that goes directly to our heart. Like, it helps in pumping of the heart. So breathing is one of the best exercise, or like, it also helps in meditation, or to bring our attention within. So again, using this element today, the ether, we'll meditate with Shimaji's video. So yeah.
Now what you do is to watch your breathing. See now. Try to reduce your breathing. Reduce it. In the sense that you have breathed out, wait for a while, then breathe in. For a long time, then you breathe out. So in 1 minute, your breathing will be less than normal. Alright, try that. Breathe in. Now with the emotions, keep the attention on the emotions, you see, so that the connection is established. Better? See the Kundalini rises? Now when you are breathing, you find that there is a space in between, which you just leave it vacant. Breathe in. Now leave it vacant. Now breathe out. Now leave it vacant. Breathe in. Keep it there. Then leave it. Keep outside. Now breathe in. Now start breathing in such a way that you stop your breathing. Attention should be on the heart, or could be on the emotions. Better. Keep the breathing inside for a while. Bring it out, then outside for a while. Then again. Then you'll find that for a while you will not breathe. See, you settle down. The laya takes place between your prana and your mana. Both the Shaktis become one. Now, at this stage when you are silent, now you think of your intellect. It's lost. Just think of it, it's lost, it's no more there. So what is happening actually, that this laya, the attention goes into the intellect and enlightens the intellect. See, the thought is not there. Try to find your intellect within yourself. Now see, where is my intellect? Try to find it. It's not there. It's not working. Again try it. It is working, but it has become the samashti. It's become the collective now. See now? Did you follow that? There's no thought. This exercise will give you this thoughtless awareness, establishment of thoughtless awareness. There is no thought.
So I hope this breathing, meditating by controlling our breathe in and breathe out. I think that's again, it's one of the most important. It's one of the very good ways to control our thoughts. And as I could see, it was beautiful. Completely, you can feel your thoughts have settled down and your attention has completely come within. So now we'll talk more about the heart chakra, about the cardiac plex, or about the qualities of it, how we can cleanse on it, or how we can improve our heart chakra, how we can meditate on more on heart chakra. So can I please have the slide or this thing? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so as you can see on the screen, so basically it's known as cardiac plexus, or it's also known as Untitled Chakra. Now, the location, so it's, as I mentioned, so on where our heart is, basically, that's what our heart chakra is. And then on the top of the head, where you can feel your Sahasrara, basically that's the seed, or that's the pita of the heart chakra. So again, see how beautifully it is connected. Like whenever you meditate on it, straight away you can feel vibrations at the top of your head. So now on both the hands, so basically on a small finger on the right and the left hand, so that is again, that symbolizes the heart chakra. Now, as I mentioned, so the basic thing, the quality is the pure love. That's like, love, compassion. That's the quality of heart chakra. So as soon as you as we meditate more, like, you know, you'll see after realization, as your heart chakra opens up, so you can feel like, you know, you'll start liking everything basically. Like, you know, people whom you thought, okay, there might be some issues, some problems. So you won't feel like, you know, oh wow, things have changed suddenly. It's all because your heart chakra has opened up. Now, another important quality is security. So we know that security comes from the mother. So we'll listen to Shamaji's talk shortly, where she will talk more about all the qualities in detail. So I'll just touch base briefly, because again, she will explain, so I don't have to say again. So yeah, security is one of the best quality of it. Another thing is, when your heart chakra is strong, you'll feel more confident. No fear can touch you, because you know you are directly connected to the God Almighty. So you won't feel any type of fear with anything. You know that God is with you. So that's another quality. Now, this heart chakra also has, in Sahaja Yoga, you would have noticed that we have left and the right aspect of it. On the left side, basically, it's about motherly quality of this heart chakra, and on the right side, it's about the fatherly quality. So on the right side, it's like you'll see the improvements in our relationships, or it also helps us to give boundaries, like, you know, the auspicious boundaries. Basically, we know what is auspicious in our life. We know what is righteous, to have that righteous behavior. We know that boundary, where till where to go. So that is the quality on the right side. Now, I think just quickly, like on the color, so we know that the blood pumps through the heart chakra. So that's the color of this chakra. It's pink, or you can say the purple, or the bright, bright color. So that's your heart chakra, because it corresponds, again, the blood color, the security. And so yeah, I think that's it. So on the map, on the world map, say United Kingdom or UK, so that's the location, like, you know, it's a heart. So yeah, that's, I think I have touched about it. Now, how to open your heart, basically, I think it's very important that we surrender. I think that's how, like, you know, we open our heart. We'll meditate again on that towards the end of the session. But I just want to say, like, you know, when we surrender, I think it's as simple as that. For me, if someone asks how you meditate or how, so it's just, I surrender myself. Now, when we say we surrender, it doesn't mean that we are giving anything away or anything, but it's just that I'm just surrendering myself, that, like, you know, I-ness in me, my personality, my ego. I surrender to God Almighty. There's nothing else. I surrender everything to the mother energy within me. So to the mother. So that's the biggest mantra of opening up your heart center. As soon more and more you surrender, which we kind of are still practicing now, because after this while also, to surrender completely yourself. I think that's the biggest challenge usually human mind has, because we always are being played by this ego or super ego. So it's very hard. But yeah, we try to, like, you know, completely surrender ourselves and let God Almighty to take over. So now, without taking more time, let's meditate, and let's listen to Shmaji's talk on the heart chakra, to the mother's talk on heart chakra, where she'll explain more about the qualities and everything. Post that, once the talk is finished, we can still maintain that meditative, our attention on the Sahasrara, and that meditative attention, like, you know, meditation. We can meditate for a while, and then we can just talk through again. So yeah, we'll listen to Shmaji's talk.
Now with the another chakra on top, that is one, as he's told you the diseases, I'm telling you the positive side of it. When this chakra is caught up, he must have told you develop breast cancer and all that. But when it is awakened, you get all the security of the world. You are never insecure, you are never bothered, you have no fear of anything. You do not have to suggest yourself that you should not have any fear or anything. You just become fearless. There's nothing like fear. There is no reaction to any threat or anything. Like the gentleman who came here just to beat me, and I was just looking at the drama. And the fellow was getting frightened of me. He was going backward. He would not come forward. But you don't develop any fear at all about anyone, because you are standing on truth. As I told you, I am just a woman. And I spoke openly with the names of these people and told them what they are going to do and how they are going to possess you. And people came, they were frightened. They said, what are you doing? So you get rid of all your fear. But you do not dominate anyone. You love. In your love, you are secured. It's not by domination, but the security that you are love, you are compassion, and the power of love is the highest of all, that you stand in complete peace and bliss. This happens to you when the central thing comes up. There are many other things happen. You can become a poet. So many things happen with this because you become such a compassion. Such a compassion. And when this compassion starts working, you are given all the help that is needed. The first center that I dealt and the second and third are very important. But these higher centers are playing a very vital role in our being. The one which is the heart center is looking after the security. When a person sees something horrible, this center starts pulsating fast. Till the age of 12 years, the sternum bone, which is placed in the ribs here, as you know, creates antibodies to fight any invasion with it, whether mental, emotional, or physical. These antibodies get distributed till the age of 12 years throughout your body. And when this sternum gets the message, it starts shaking and it communicates through no nerves or arteries or veins, any connection known so far to these antibodies that they should all fight. They fight the disease, they also fight your own mistakes. That's why this is a very important center within us. If a lady is an insecure woman, if she feels insecure, then this center is always in a pulsating mode. And that's how it makes all the antibodies very tired, because they're all the time in a state of emergency. Also, these cults have used this method of putting people onto emergency. Give them exercises by they jump, 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 or something like that. Now you can ask any doctor this kind of jumping without any support can create impotency in a personality. Now this is very physically used method by these people to make them nervous by making the center go very fast. Now when these antibodies are tired, they become absolutely numbed down, and they cannot find any strength to fight any aggression. Now in everyday life also, if some lady, as I told you, is nervous and she has problem and she's always afraid, then what happens that this system start exerting itself too much, ultimately it gets sick. And she can develop a disease called the breast cancer. This breast cancer is very common nowadays among women in the West. Because the motherhood of the lady is challenged. And when the lady finds that her motherhood is challenged, then she starts feeling very nervous, This center goes into overactivity, and then she developed this cancer of the breast, troubles of the breast, all kinds of such troubles, because the antibodies have become now very weak. On the left-hand side of this center is the center, what we call as the left heart center. But beyond that is residing the spirit in your heart, in the organ, separated from everyone. And the Kundalini expressed within you. So we have got within us that power. So this Kundalini has to rise to give you realization. Now how it can happen in a person is a problem. It used to happen. What knowledge I am telling you is not the knowledge of today. It's the knowledge of very, very ancient times. Nobody has said so far from those ancient writers that Kundalini gives you any problems or she makes you dance, jump and all that is all modern nonsense. Traditionally, nobody has said so. Now, first of all, we must understand what is attention. So when we become realized, we have to know. Through our awareness, we have to become collectively conscious. And this is a very important point which we must remember. It's not very difficult to understand that you have to become something more. Only by wearing some dress or putting something in your neck, what do you become? Some people tell me, we lead a very good life, mother, so it should be all right. But good life is according to your concept. For what? Everybody will ask for what? What is the need to have such a life? One should ask oneself, why to lead such a life which is so conditioned? The answer is, you have to have balance to ascend. If you do not ascend, what's the use of building up this balance within you? The purpose is to ascend. If you cannot transcend, then this is just a binding your mental projection that you should lead this kind of a life and that kind of a life. It's just your mental process. But when the spirit ascends, they get enlightenment. You just don't do things which are wrong. Just don't do it. You just don't like it. As we have told you that there are people who gave up their drugs and things overnight. It's a fact. Now we have on the right hand side of this is another part of the center which we call as right heart. This center is the father's center and the left heart is the mother's center. So if your fatherhood is challenged in any way, or also husband-wives, we can say like that. If a husband is not loyal to his wife and is playing tricks with her, he gets this into trouble. But physically, he feels it very much because he gets asthma from it. Asthma one develops. But this is more a center of the father. If the fatherhood of the person is not all right, for example, if a girl has lost her father and she has never seen him, she might develop asthma. If the grandfather had the asthma, the grandchild might develop the asthma. It comes from the father's side. Anybody who has asthma problem should know that there's something wrong in the fatherhood side. Maybe the father is sick and you are worried. Maybe you are a good father, but the son is not all right, so you are suffering. Anything like that, you see, could be responsible for this asthma. Is awakened, you can be all right and you can get rid of your asthma quite all right. On the left hand side is the center of your mother. If the mother has died very early. Such a person is a nervous person, and such a person also doesn't trust anyone. He can become secretive by nature, sulking type. He may not open his heart to anyone because he doesn't trust anyone. Some people who have no mother, whom they have not known, can become extremely cautious by nature because they think they have to look after themselves. Extremely cautious. But with Sahaja Yoga, you can awaken this center and you become a complete personality without any fear, without any nervousness, and without any malice to your parents. Actually, after Sahaja Yoga, I found many people who have just forgotten their parents, had been very angry with their parents, given them up, could not forgive them, went back to their parents. We had a French girl in England who had not seen her mother for 18 years. And the mother was alone, a widow lady. But after the realization, she has a tremendous feeling. She went back and looked after her mother and also started doing Sahaja Yoga there. It's a very, very common thing that you start expanding your heart to others. You start loving other people. You start understanding them. I know of a man in America, I gave him realization. And he said, most surprising, I went to the race this time. I said, this would be the last I go to the race. And there I find my uncle and I wished him. And he was amazed. He started looking at me because I had not wished him all these years at all. He just started, he was quite amazed at my attitude. And now he has become a great friend of mine. So the friendship, which is a pure friendship, is homosexual and all nonsense. But a pure friendship based on pure relationship develops. And then you don't feel insecure. In a society where even a mother's love is challenged, one would feel extremely insecure in a thing like that. If a mother has to love the child, she has to think, I hope there is no bad feeling in my mind. In America it happened. There was a little boy of 8 years, just a little boy of 8 years. And her mother said that he has started taking lot of drugs and things. And these drugs have created a problem for this little boy of 8 years, can you imagine? So I couldn't bear it. I just took the boy to my heart and I kissed him. He said, Mother, this is never done to me by my mother. So I asked the lady, why didn't you do this to your child? He's only 8 years of age. Doesn't he love your care and your expression of your love? So she said, Mother, I feel guilty. I said, how? Freud has said. Freud was a perverted, useless fellow. He died of cancer. Look at his life. These psychologists, when they come in contact with others, people who are suffering from pathological troubles, they are pathological cases. And when they deal with pathological cases, they don't know how to protect them. Jung has said about it. Then they catch those diseases among themselves and they start generalizing this for everyone. They have generalized. It's an absurd thing. In Rome, there was a girl who came to me, she's a psychologist, horrid. I said, what happened? They are telling me I have bad eyes towards my father. I felt like beating them. To create a feeling of enmity, that everything is perverted, polluted, is so pure. In India, nobody can understand this. Thank God, these Freud and all these people just touch the periphery of India and it's like an elephant. So nobody is there and it's just gone. Nobody believes in it. So I have to tell you this, that there is no such thing as polluted relationship or bad relationship. It's all pure relationships. We must understand we are not animals. Even animals have got sense. So do you think we won't have the sense of purity within us and holiness within us? So all these ideas also drop out completely and you develop a personality. You live with others. In the ashram now we have many girls, boys, they all are like brothers and sisters. There is no problem on that. Now, today I cannot cover all the centers, because if I start covering all the centers, it will be a very lengthy thing. I've covered 3 centers, as you have seen: the Muladhara Chakra, the Swadhisthana, and the Navi Chakra. And others I'll cover later on tomorrow. But I must talk about the spirit, about which we are talking for ages now, that we have to become the spirit. Now, English language, as you know, spirit can be anything. It's a very ambiguous word. Even to alcohols we call it spirits, even to the dead souls we call them spirits, and even to the spirit, that is BR, the pure being, which is called as Atma in Sanskrit language, we call the word spirit. Here I am saying, talking about that spirit, which is the pure being within you, which is a detached being within you, which is the witness within you, which sees you all the time, which watches you, which resides within you as joy and happiness in the heart. It resides in the heart. This spirit is not in our conscious mind, is not in our central nervous system, is not under our control. To give it an analogy, I say that the left side within us is like the brake, and the right side is like an accelerator in a car. Now, in the car, we are learning driving, sitting in the front seat, and there is the master watching at the back and seeing the whole play. Now, what you do is to go to the left, means sometimes you put the brake, sometimes you put the accelerator, make mistakes, and then you learn how to drive. That learning how to drive is the wisdom part of it, which comes to us through balancing our lives. Balance is the most important thing to begin with. But even if you don't have balance, I have seen in Sahaja Yoga very imbalanced people get into the balance. Now this balancing, left and right, or say of the brake and the accelerator, gives you a position where you can say, now you have mastered the driving. But still there is the master sitting at the back. Then you become the master. The master is the spirit within you. You become the spirit and you start watching yourself as a driver. The whole thing becomes like a play, like a drama. That you separate yourself and start seeing everything happening before your eyes. Everything happening just like a drama outside you. And you are not the part and parcel of it. So you enter into the area of your axis and the periphery loses its impact on you. You become a person who is silent, blissful, quiet, and sees the periphery, the movement of the periphery, but you are not in it. That's how you become the master. And that's exactly what Sahaja Yoga is. And today, if you come to Sahaja Yoga, you will be amazed what you are. Of course, we can't have too many people because plastics can be produced in the machines in thousands. But if you have to have something living, it takes time.
Let's continue to meditate on our heart for a while. Let's keep both our hands on our heart. And we can slightly sit in a bow down position, like a head. So bowing down towards the heart. And here, let's invite the mother. Mother, please come in my heart. Please open up my heart so that you can reside in my heart. Please remove all the illusions, Mother. Do not keep me in any delusion. Please come in my heart, Mother. We can slowly bring both our hands again. We can still say, I surrender myself. I surrender myself, Mother. And if we are holding anything, just say very gently to yourself, I let it go. With your attention on your heart, just say, I let it go. Mother, oh Mother Energy, please take it over. I let it go all my thoughts. I let it go all my emotions. Mother, please take it over. We can slowly open our eyes. And I hope, so this brings us to the end of today's session. And I'll hand it over to Kartikeya, but I hope today's meditation and Shimaji's talk have helped us to open our heart and given it's a very important energy center. So thank you everyone, and handing over to Neela and Kartikeya.
Thank you, Abhishek, for that. Yeah, I hope everyone was enjoying that meditation. It was a beautiful meditation, and really focusing on our heart chakra, and especially, more importantly, our spirit. I think we briefly talked about that yesterday, connecting talking about the Navi Chakra and how we coming to have satisfaction and peace within ourselves, and then slowly, gradually moving up to our heart, where once we've had that acceptance and we have that enjoyment of our own being, then we start to enjoy our spirits, that's the pure essence of what we are. And so I think during this session, you would have come to realize that you open up your heart a lot more. You'll start to actually, feel the enjoyments of the meditation and just in life in general. And I wanted to bring it back to Abhishek, actually, before you turn your video off. If you had any particular experiences that you wanted to share in terms of just feeling that connection with your spirit, and that sort of moment of I guess, joy and bliss.
Sorry, actually many. I'm just thinking which one to say, but yeah, I think the best experience for me was during my meditation, I could feel like it took some time. So I've been practicing, but then it took some time for the heart to really open up. So I started seeing especially this breathing meditation, that was very helpful for me. And then I could see over the time practicing this breathing portion. And that's why I thought today maybe we should do that and everyone can try that. So it was really helpful. And over the time I could feel that I could focus or I could meditate on my heart more. So I think, that's about it. Thanks, Kartikeya.
No, that's it. Yeah, definitely. Definitely the breathing technique is always a really good one to use. And I think, as Abhishek had explained before, the heart is connected with our Kundalini and with our Sahasrara, the roof of our subtle system. And you'll start to feel that it's a very important chakra and center, that because yes, it is very deeply connected, the Kundalini, the spirit, and our Sahasrara. If you have all of these, especially the Kundalini and your heart, if you have these very strong, if you've worked on them a lot and clear them out, you'll tend to find that it is a lot more easier to go into meditation and have those really, really deep meditations, because then you start to understand your own self. You're having deeper meditations because you're more deeply connected with your spirit. Because that spirit that's been with us since we were born. It's a pure thing. It's untainted. It's innately within us. It's just been sort of throughout our lives, we sort of tend to cover it and not be able to recognize it. So I think it's very important to have that love and respect, not just for everyone else, but also for ourselves, for our own spirits, recognizing that and actually enjoying that experience within us, and enjoying ourselves and that spirit, having that deep connection with our spirit is very important for us. And there's that common saying, you should treat your body like your temple. And the seat of that temple is your spirit. And so that is a very important aspect. I know that during my meditations, what really helps for me is putting my hand just on where your heart is, basically just on the left side, and just going to putting your attention on there. And as Shimaji had explained in that talk, that if you've got that connection with your heart, then you won't be distracted by anything. You'll be nothing will affect you, all your fears or anxiety or stress. You'll have mastery over them, control over them. And just putting that attention on your heart, And just even saying this affirmation to yourself, you might have said done this in the first week, is you know, I'm not this body, I'm not this mind, I'm not these thoughts or these emotions, I'm not anything that's in the past or the future, I am my own spirit. And that's a really, really strong affirmation to say to yourself. I think I would recommend saying that every day, at least during now, this next few days in your session, in your meditation. Really, really affirm that to yourselves with like that really strong desire, because you'll find that that will open up your heart a lot more, and you will start to accept that joy within yourself a lot more easily. So I think, yeah, that's a very good.
I just wanted to add,
Yes.
say, Karthika, like, you know, as you asked about experience, I just wanted to share one more thing. So this center was very crucial for me because I had some palpitation issues, and like, you know, where your heartbeat goes really high. And then that's how, like, you know, this breathing. And then that's what Karthika has mentioned, that when you say, I'm not this body, not mind, and I'm just like, you know, spirit. So that calms down, and that helped like to a lot of extent to basically cure it. And then yeah, medically it was cured. So thanks to Sahaja Yoga and thanks to mother for that. Yeah.
That's a very, very amazing story. Yeah. Yeah, just having that attention that can really fix a lot of problems, because obviously, you know, in our day-to-day lives we have a lot of stresses and worries, and having a strong heart, being able to not react to things, being able to not, if you tend to judge things quite quickly, then you know that's the center that will catch a lot. So I think that just reaffirming yourself not to have those worries, having a strong heart, is saying, Mother, I am not this fear, I'm not this anxiety, not these worries, just the pure spirit. And that will, you'll find that that will really help deepen your meditation. So that's the session for today, for focusing on our heart chakra. And as always, I will quickly go through the resources section just for anyone who's forgotten who's joined recently. So again, just for the people who joined recently or haven't seen this website before, we have the site. It's called freemeditation.com.au, and Nina will put it on the chat. And that's the site where we have the 21-day course happening at the moment. So you can just scroll down here, and we're currently in the week 2 session. So we're really going into the deepness of the information, and it's going to get quite intense now in terms of the information that we have. But don't worry too much if you're not picking up things right on the spot. We don't expect you to do that. It's obviously, you know, it's a growing process. So that's why, you know, you can watch it later on. If you have your own time, you can rewatch it again and just really absorb the information, and I guess we'll do the meditations as well. And so yeah, before we go into the week 3, which is the advanced session, of course. And so we've got the 2 links here where you can join through Zoom or on the YouTube. So we'll have the this video up after this session finishes. And we also have a WhatsApp group as well. So we've been answering a lot of the questions that have been asked on that chat, and it's a great support tool. If you have WhatsApp, yeah, it's a definitely recommend to join that if you have any questions throughout your meditations, throughout the week, just in anything in general. If you didn't understand anything, if you need help with yeah, finding information or any particular subject, then we're more than happy to help you with that. So definitely join that group on WhatsApp. And again, we'll just go through the week 2 session. So we just finished the day 11, sharing the love. So that was today. So talking about the spirit and our heart chakra. So the video is there for you to watch at a later time on YouTube. You should watch that. And then just scrolling down, you've got the resource section here. So just with all the different resources. If you've joined recently, then definitely have a look at these first few sections here, because that will have a lot of the introductory stuff, information, meditation and balancing, a little bit of information at home, how to meditate, a bit more information on the subtle system, which is always very helpful, just to have a quick look at. that will help you to understand, the relation between the different centers, what they represent, and also on your hands when you're meditating now that we've done a few sessions. I think hopefully that you started to feel a bit more awareness on your hands and on top of your head as well, what you're feeling, and you can correlate that with the specific centers in your body as well. So definitely go in more depth with that in the next week, with how to really clear that out with putting our attention there, and also using the bandhan with our hand to clear out that particular center. And we have a few, so this is what's more there, and then also just lots more information here as we go throughout the different sessions. So let's make a bit more sense to you, and a few more of Shrimatiji's talks if you want to have a glance at those, just in terms of different topics. And so that's all of that there. So definitely have a look at that in your time. So as always, I'll maybe open it up to some of the people here if you have any questions at the moment, or I might, even yesterday was a bit quiet, so I might pick up a couple of people to talk about their experiences so far. I don't know, like maybe see Colin, you've been joining a few of the sessions. Maybe you want to talk about this particular meditation, or how you've been doing any of the meditations in the last few days.
Hi, Katakaya and Nina. As I've been following along with all of the programs, I've been really enjoying it and finding it very beneficial. I found that the experiences from each of the presenters were really valuable too, because it gives insight into some of the other aspects of meditating, and so it's good to hear how other people have, what they've gained from their experiences. So it's been a very helpful and worthwhile experience, and it's been nice having so many different perspectives as well. So it's been very helpful, and I've really enjoyed learning more from all these different presenters. So thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you for joining us. It's definitely, that's what we enjoy about being part of this. It's not just being able to present, but also sharing our experiences and being able to hear your experiences as well. Because as personally, for someone like me who's sort of done, I guess, meditation for a long time, or grew up with it, learning from my parents and sort of doing it from a young age, it's always very interesting to hear the experiences of people who have recently started meditation, started doing meditation, and especially Sahaja Yoga meditation, and just hearing their experiences and feeling that sometimes people have really profound experiences, and they it's always different for every person. Every person's journey is always different, so it's always very interesting to hear their perspective, their stories, their journeys throughout this whole process, from where they came from and to where they are now, and what brought them into Sahaja Yoga and meditating. It's always a very interesting topic to share. So yeah, thank you for that.
I also find that it's very interesting that we're all, a lot of us come from different countries and different cultures and everything, but somehow we always kind of face the same issues or problems as humanity. Everyone, tends to have fears, and like, I just find it interesting that meditation really connects everyone on the same level, no matter where you come from or your culture, your language. That doesn't really matter. And I just find that it's interesting that we all relate to the same things. And yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, it's and that's bringing back to this particular topic of the heart. Once you start to have an open heart, you start to really connect with other people, and you understand their problems, and you can connect and be empathetic towards their problems, and help them as well, like, because you have that strong heart that does that. You see that sometimes you might not always see, like, people having issues that don't show it, but if you have that connection with your heart, you tend to recognize it a bit more. And I think that's being able to sort of help other people as well with those issues. with anything happens, like that's where that bond connects through the heart, through the spirit, because you become one. You're connecting together through not just, you know, the sort of connection through our emotions, but also at a much deeper level through our spirit, through our soul system. So yeah, definitely that's it's a really amazing experience to feel and enjoy as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, if does anybody else have any other questions about this session, or any other general questions?
Comments?
Yeah, that's all right. No worries. I've got a few people.
Hi guys, it's Charles here.
Oh, hi.
Hi, there's about 10 people watching on YouTube, so they can use the chat on YouTube if they have any questions.
Okay.
And
yeah,
we can relay them to you. I'm not sure if you can see the YouTube chat.
And then, yeah. Yeah, I haven't been watching that, but yeah, yeah. But if you have any other questions, definitely join that WhatsApp group. You'll be keeping an eye on that and answering any questions throughout the week, and some of the presenters as well in previous sessions will be more than happy to help you with any of those questions. So yeah, if you haven't thought of anything at the moment, you can chuck it on that chat later on. So yeah, but I think we'll leave it at there for today. And so thank you for joining us, and hopefully we'll see you all tomorrow for another exciting session.
Thank you. See you all tomorrow.
Thank you.